If I'm right about you, right now you believe that to succeed with a business you need a special business model, and a business model that's got a perfect niche, it's got a perfect customer, there's millions of customers out there, there's no other competition, there's no other people working on the same business as you. That's what you need to succeed with a business. If I'm right, that's what you believe to be true. And if you do believe that to be true, then you are going to firstly fail, and secondly probably never start a business, because I'm here to tell you that if you're looking for a special business model, you're never going to find one. It's simple. You might be able to come up with one, but the likelihood is that you won't succeed with it. But I'm here to tell you something that changed my life, and it's the reason why now I'm making a good amount of online money, and I've got the freedom, and I'm getting closer to retire my parents because I got this advice myself, and I want to pass it down to you. It's a very simple fact. It's just because it's simple doesn't mean you should ignore it, because this is highly, highly, highly important. I can't stress it enough. And it's the simple fact that every single business model can work. Any business model that you can think of, there are literally thousands of business models. Anything that you can work on online that can make you money, thousands of them. Every single one of them can work. I can't stress it to you enough. Every single one of them can work. I'm a trader. I've made trading work. There's thousands of other traders. They've made it work. So you could get into trading, and you specifically could succeed. You want to go into dropshipping. Obviously, there's thousands of people doing it. It might be harder for you to succeed, but you can succeed with it. If you want to get into, I don't even know, content creation, making a personal brand, obviously there's thousands of other people doing it, but you could succeed with it as well. And the fact that there's thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of other people doing it, whatever business model you're looking into, at first sight you might think, okay, there's a load of competition, that must mean it's really saturated. But there's a lot of things that I can tell you about that. Firstly, competition is good. Competition proves that the business model works, because thousands of other people, they'll have achieved your goals. You want to make 10k a month with that business model? Thousands of other people have done it. You want to retire your parents with that business model? Cool. Hundreds of other people have done it. So that's, firstly, it's possible. Competition is good. Competition is a sign that it's a lively market. It's proof that the business model works. Full stop. Secondly, if there's no competition, that's a very worrying sign. Because unless you've thought of a genius idea, which is very, very rare, no competition proves that most likely other people have tried it and failed with it. And it's not really a business model that you can look up to people. You can't really study much, because that business model is not being tapped into, and the likelihood is there's a reason it's not being tapped into, and that's because the business model doesn't work. But I doubt you're going to be going into a business model where, like right now, if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking of doing trading, crypto, dropshipping, any of those types of business models. One way you could go buy a course on it, pretty much. But another thing about competition is that another reason as to why it's good is because 99% of people doing that business model are going to be half-arsing it. They'll be doing an hour of work a day. They won't really be putting all their effort into it. They won't be learning to try and improve their business. They'll simply just be doing the business model. 99% of people inside the business model, they're going to be so easy to beat. I can't stress that to you enough. Obviously, you've got the 1% who are like gods in this shit. Like, they know every single thing about the business model. That's why they've succeeded so much with it. But let's say there's a million people making a personal brand. 999,000 of those, they will be just putting such little effort into it. They won't be trying to improve. They'll just be doing 1 hour of work a day. They won't be making good content. They won't be giving out good advice. They'll actually be doing the business model in itself wrong, because personal brand isn't just a business model. There's obviously stuff that goes on behind it, but people will go into a personal brand thinking, okay, if I just pick up my phone, go on my camera, and then record myself speaking, I'll make money. I'll get to 10k a month. That's not true. There's so much more, but so many little people know that. So competition is stupidly good, because it gives you a chance to improve. If there's saturation, cool, that means I'm going to become part of the unsaturated bit, because I'm going to work 10 times harder than everybody else. And another fact about business models is the simple fact that it's gone out of my mind. Oh yeah. other people have succeeded with your business models. I've already touched on that a bit before, but if you're looking to get into trading, obviously I have, and thousands of other people have succeeded with it, so there's no reason why you can't. I think I've actually already touched on this point, so I'm gonna completely ignore it. I think I'm repeating myself. I don't really know, my brain's a bit fogged. But I just can't stress it to you enough that every single business model can work, because a lot of the time, probably in your position right now, you're struggling to pick a business model that you want to work on, simply because there's so many that you look at so many of the business models and you think, okay, that one could be better, that one could be better, that one could be better, and that actually leads you to getting overwhelmed. And the illusion of choice is the exact reason why you can't make a choice. You've got so many choices that you actually don't know what to pick, because you're thinking one's going to be special. But I'm here to tell you that every single business model can work. Doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter who does it, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter your skill set, it doesn't matter your education, it doesn't matter your family, it doesn't matter anything. Every single business model can work. I want to drill it into your head. I hope you can understand that. Every single business model can work. I know right now it's probably going against one of your beliefs, so you don't really want to listen to what I'm saying. You don't want to take it in, you don't actually want to implement the advice to your life, but I'm making this video to crush that belief, because it is the one of the most limiting beliefs that you have. If you can't get the belief in your head that there's so many business models and you think you need a special one, you're not going to make it, and I don't want that to happen to you. I'm trying to create successful people here. I'm giving you advice from a few steps ahead of you, and that's a very smart thing that you're doing right now, getting advice from someone that's a few steps ahead of you. So take the advice. There's a reason I'm giving you the advice, and there's a reason I'm a few steps ahead of you. And one of the reasons is that I've implemented this advice into my life. Now, you're probably thinking now, okay, so every single business model works. How can I pick a business model? And honestly, the two best pieces of advice that I can give you is, firstly, what work will you enjoy? Will you enjoy trading the markets? Will you enjoy creating content? Will you enjoy drop shipping? Look, all the work tasks, would you actually enjoy doing the work? Because don't get into a business model where you're not going to enjoy the work. That's just dumb, in my opinion. Thinking long term is a very, very dumb idea. And secondly, can you see yourself doing it in 5 years? Can you see yourself trading the markets in 5 years? Can you see yourself creating YouTube videos in 5 years? Can you see yourself doing drop shipping in 5 years? Can you see yourself doing ghostwriting or copywriting? Think very long term with the business model that you're going to pick. That's just a short piece of advice. One, will you enjoy the work? Two, can you see yourself doing it in 5 years? It's highly important questions. So that's what I want you to come out of this video with. The summary, very simple summary. Every single business model can work. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter your education, it doesn't matter about your current financial position, it doesn't matter about anything. You specifically can make the business model work. And that makes me want to go on to another point, actually. You've probably heard the common saying that 99% of businesses fail. Everyone says it. It's a very close-minded belief and idea. It's true. 99% of businesses do fail. But one thing a lot of people don't tell you is that it's not because of the business. It's because of the person. The person fails the business. The business doesn't fail. Because I could keep on going for hours on this. Failure actually isn't possible if you do not quit. Let's say if your business, you were solely relying on going viral on TikTok. If you go viral on TikTok, your business would succeed. Let's just say that. If you went and posted 10,000 TikToks, do you not think one would go viral? It's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? One would be bound to go viral. You'd agree with it in your head, so it's true. Or let's say if you're a salesman and you needed to make one really big sale to succeed as being a salesman. You do one sales call, obviously you're not going to make it. You do 10 sales calls, obviously you probably won't get it. You do 100 sales calls, you get to 100 sales calls. That's when most people would quit, because they've not seen results yet and they think, okay, sales doesn't work. But that's because they haven't done enough volume. If you went and did 10,000 sales calls, even if you're seeing no results, 10,000 sales calls, if you went and did it, do you not think you'd be bound to close one big client or whatever it is you're selling? It would be almost impossible, right? You'd agree. That's just what I want to stress to you. The person fails the business model, the business doesn't fail itself. And the reason the person fails the business model is because the person quit. Failure is impossible if you do not quit. I want to stress that into your head because, yeah, again, that's so important. I think every single thing that I've said in this video is so important for your success. So I'd be rewatching this and taking notes if you haven't been, because a lot of the advice I'm giving you right now, it is the separation between where you are right now and where you want to be in life. The advice that I'm giving you, I'm creating the bridge for you. So take the advice, listen to it, implement it into your life. Now, I'm going to end the video here because honestly I could ramble on for hours and hours and hours on business in itself, but I'm just going to leave you with that today because I need video ideas for the future. So if you want more content like this, if you want to learn how to become more successful, make more money online, increase your productivity, defeat procrastination, overall just improve your life as a whole and get a better and more successful man, achieve all your goals, then I'm going to be creating that bridge for you with these videos. So just hit subscribe, that's all you have to do. Continue watching the videos, I'm going to try post every single day, so hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.